Okay, so the next segment of the worksheet is all about like double angle formulas, half angle formulas, and such. So I just put down a list of all these angle formulas. And so the first set of formulas I have are these double angle formulas: sine, cosine, and tangent. To be honest, I personally never remember the tangent one. I just kind of keep the cosine and sine ones handy. And note that for cosine, there's like three different versions of the double angle formula. And sort of related are the half angle formulas. So with the half angle formulas, we have, again, we relate, or we have formulas for sine, cosine, and tangent. And I typically just keep the ones for sine and cosine handy, and then, use that to figure out tangent, just like with the double angle formulas. And they're all kind of coming from these sum and difference formulas, and I just wrote down a couple of those here. And again, these are the ones that I remember, and the ones for like tangent or difference formulas, they kind of just follow from this. So these are really this is kind of, it's not everything that's in the textbook, but kind of the most important ones. So let's try to apply these to worksheet 21. Looking at question 2, let's try 2a. So it's sine 2 theta. If I refer back to my formulas, I know that sine 2 theta is 2 sine theta cosine theta. And looking at this figure, I can exactly kind of compute sine theta, because I have my opposite, I have my adjacent, and I can figure out the hypotenuse by using the Pythagorean identity, that it's going to be 4 square plus 1 square, which is 16 plus 1, that's square root 17. All right, so that tells me that sine theta is going to be 1 over square root 17. Cosine theta is going to be 4 over square root 17. And then putting that together, I get 8 over 17. So that's sine 2 theta. So you can do a similar thing with cosine. I used this version of the double angle formula. And just plugging in, I got 15 over 17. And then with tangent, you can kind of just use what you've done for sine and cosine, which is what I did in the first step. So that's sine 2 theta over cosine 2 theta. But alternatively, you could recall the formula for tan 2 theta if you, if you do remember it. It's going to be 2 tan theta over 1 minus tan squared theta, and then you can plug in, and you should get the same answer.